I'm Margaret Ryan at the National Clean Energy Summit 2.0 in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm talking with Denise Bode, who's head of the American Wind Energy Association and one of the speakers at today's conference. Denise, thanks for joining us.
Oh, it's wonderful to be with you, Margaret, always, and Clean Skies TV.
Tell me, you were speaking today about the need for a much stronger renewable energy standard that is in pending bills. How strong is strong?
Well, I think when you're underwater the way it is right now, I think a mistake must have been made when they were adding it up, because it's actually half of what we're actually deploying right now in 2009, and that standard goes into effect in 2011. So if we are the face of new green jobs in the economy, they're going to have to strengthen their standard if we're going to get those new clean jobs.
What was your sense from today? I mean, are you getting encouragement from Harry Reid? Will he take a strong renewable energy standard fight to the Senate?
Well, I think it was very encouraging and very different from last year to this year. Even from the beginning of the year, I think people are starting to get the specific policy drivers for each one of these new job programs, and I think that the renewable electric standard registered on everybody today. I think the Vice President specifically talking about it in detail. I think the head of the AFL-CIO here in Nevada talking about it specifically. I think people around the table were getting that this is what deploys new technology.
And were you surprised? One thing that I did hear that I thought was new was that some stress on natural gas that I don't think we heard last year. Did that surprise you?
Actually, I had been talking with both the Pickens team as well as with the folks at CAP and Tim Worth about, the natural partnership that we have with the renewable industry and natural gas for actually a month or so. So it didn't surprise me that they were going to come out and talk about it as part of the solution to going forward, particularly in the near term as a bridge to a clean energy future.
What do you see a meeting like this accomplishing? Is it really moving the agenda forward?
Absolutely. I think that for the first time, again, we started talking specifics. We talked about getting something done. There was a direct tie to new jobs in the economy. And I think around that table, people are really committed to going out and implementing some of these policies, getting the low-hanging fruit of efficiency, adding natural gas to the mix to make it really, a strong and even stronger policy. And then, of course, getting the renewable electric standard in place and national transmission policy so that we can deploy this clean energy all around the country.
We've heard quite a bit in recent months about how the economic downturn has really hurt renewable developers and wind developers among them. Is that starting to turn around now?
Well, when the grant, the ITC investment tax credit for alternative, which, if they can't use the investment tax credits, then you can go in and get the money recovered from the Treasury Department. That went into effect July 1. Applications went out August 1. We've already seen a reaction from the wind developers. Project financing has been closed on a number of projects. We still are seeing virtually no orders at the manufacturing sector because they have inventory, that's hanging over from last year. But we are seeing projects starting to be developed. We did add 4,000 megawatts the first half of this year. We're projecting that we're going to add, that we have actually in place, groundbroken on 5,500 megawatts going forward towards the end of the year and into next year. We don't know how much of that will be deployed, but we do know that we're having some movement, and that will feed back to the manufacturers, over the next 6 months. So we're hoping we'll get going. The recovery package kind of helped save our cookies, as we were going through this bad time, and we're hoping with the renewable electric standard in place, hopefully by the end of the year, early next year, that'll give that long-term commitment to spend the billions of dollars to get the manufacturing sector and the deployment built out here in the U.S.
Okay, well, Denise Bode, American Wind Energy Association, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Nice to be with you.
And I'm Margaret Ryan for Clean Skies News at the National Clean Energy Summit 2.0 in Las Vegas, Nevada.